I hereby summon all my imps. Hey everybody, it's Annabelle. We're gonna move on to the next class in the alphabetical order for this. The next class for us is Hunter. With Hunter, the 10th word card in Hunter, for my opinion, is the Collateral Damage. Collateral Damage is the one that is the 8 mana. Deal 6 damage to 3 different random enemy minions. Access is done to the hero. The reason that this is so bad is not the fact that you're doing 18 damage, it's the fact that it costs 8. Hunter's not used to playing 8 at this point, and again, on turn 8, there might be a time where that 18 damage doesn't even clear the board, or you might just do like 2-3 to face. You're basically, depending on how this works, again, if you have 2 minions on the board, if your opponent only has 2 minions, can you even play this? If you play it, and let's assume those minions are the worst case scenario, best case scenario for you, I should say, which are 1-1. Are you only doing 16 damage? Are you doing 16 damage, or are you only doing 10 because only the 10 could go to the face? I mean, you're basically hoping for 3 minions out on the board that are all 1-1s to cast this on 8. And then you're doing 15 damage to face on turn 8. I mean, yeah, that's great, but that's your best case scenario. Turn 8, your opponent only has 3 1-1s left on the board, or 3 things that only have 1 health on them. And then you can do 15 to face. That's not where Hunter is on turn 8. I'm sorry. I just don't see how Hunter's on at that point on turn 8. Next up for us is going to be our number 9 slot. The number 9 slot for Hunter is going to be the Frenzied Fang. Frenzied Fang is the 2 mana Hunter spell that summons 2 1-1 bats, and if used, give them +1/+1. This one's not bad. It's okay for 2 mana to summon 2 1-1 bats. The infuse isn't the worst thing in the world. Playing this just down on 2 is okay. Getting this infused is better. They become 3/3s at that point. 2 mana summon 2 3/3s is good. Getting the infused off isn't the end of the world in Hunter. It might bring up a more board Hunter, which I would like to see in the future. Right now, I just think that they're playing too much spells, and the reason that this is so low is I just think there are so many cards in Hunter that have way better options in this set. I think Hunter got some really good cards on this set. Next up for us is going to be our number 8. Our number 8 at this point is going to be the Batty Guest. Batty Guest is a 1 mana 1-1 that when it dies, it summons a 2-1 bat. It's just a really sticky minion. It's a 1-drop. It's going to make sure you have a beast sitting around you can trade in to do a beast on turn 2. A lot of times you have a card that basically isn't going down on turn 1. This might bring, again, Hunter to a more board-centric, trade-centric deck, but Hunter like to go face Hunter Smork a lot, so I think there are better cards on this. Next one up for us is number 7. Number 7 for us is going to be the Stonebound Gargon. Stonebound Gargon is a 4-mana 3/5 rush with Infuse 3, also Infuse 3 Gain Cleave. So it's a good card, board centric, has the rush by itself. 3/5 for 4 isn't, the worst stats. It's about average stats. It's almost Yeti stats for 4. You get the infuse on it, it gets cleave, it's going to take down one minion, maybe help Hunter be board centric again. That's what I'm hoping for. I just think there are better cards than Hunter still. The next card up for us is going to be card number 6. Card 6 for us is the Castle Kennels. That's the 2-mana, 2/3, which has 3 charges on it. Location card for Hunter that has give a friendly minion +2 attack. If it's a beast, gain a rush. This card is an okay location. It's going to give any creature that lives a turn +2 attack, and it's going to trade in for the aggro. It has the ability to give it rush if it's a beast. There are beasts in the game that have existed before. There's some interesting beasts in this set alone. There's beasts that are going to come out in the future. Beast is an evergreen tribe, and there's always some beasts out of there. So if there's ever a good beast, you might just put this in your deck for a good beast now. That's from the past if you're going to throw it in the wild. In the future, any time that this location is in the pool, you gotta watch out for what beast might come down the road that you can just get rushed to. Next up for us is going to be card 5. Card 5 for us at the beginning of the Wild Seed meta. Wild Seed was really interesting in my opinion. Everything with the Wild Seed makes me actually think that maybe Hunter can change how it's going right now. And this might be the worst card in Wild Seed, and that's saying something when this card is still decently well in the Wild Seed package. It's a 3-mana card that says summon 2 different Wild Seeds and reduce their wake-up cost by 1. That's 2 minions on the board. You're getting 2 of the different 3/1s that are down here. Let me see if I can get them in better focus. And this one is broken, this one is fair, and this one is nice too. So you're getting 2 out of 3 of these. You're basically getting a good chance of getting the stag. The stag gets you the bow. That's in 2 turns, it might throw up a wall for you in a turn. It's not bad. When this is the worst Wild Seed card, that's saying something. When this is the worst Wild Seed card, I'm not saying it's a bad Wild Seed card. I'm saying it's the worst Wild Seed card. I'm not saying Wild Seeds are bad. I'm just saying this is the worst card for it. Every other card is better than this in Wild Seed. And Wild Seed is a good mechanic. It's the one mechanic that is actually making me think that Hunter could change how it goes forward. Next up for us is number 4. So number 4 for us is the other Wild Seed. One that has Spirit Poacher. Spirit Poacher is the one that's a 2-mana, summon a random dormant Wild Seed. You're putting down a 2/2 on turn 2, that gets you a better card. 2/2 on 2 is fair. You're going to get something else. It's all the Wild Seeds are worth at least 1 card to 1.5 cards on the worst day. That you're just going to throw this down on 2 if you're going to play Wild Seed. If you're going to play the Hunter meta and you're not going to go, and you're going to go with board, you're going to go with the Wild Seed. Number 3 for us, so we're already in the bronze of this, is going to be the other legendary. Arlon, I think is how I'm supposed to say this. 5 mana, 4/5, battle cry, summon each wild seed. It's going to be dropped on 5. If you have this in your deck and you have it on turn 5, you drop it down, you get a huge boon to you, because for the next 3 turns you got something to do that your opponent can't deal with. This one can rush the turn right after. This one is a taunt the next turn after, and this one's going to give you the bow right after. So it's good. The only thing that makes it even slightly low on and not one of the best cards out there just has to do with the fact that you need the 4 slots. 4 slots on the board is kind of hard to do sometimes, but it's not the worst thing to have that being the issue that you don't have 4 slots open. Next up for us is going to be the bronze medal. The bronze medal for us is going to be Huntsman. Huntsman Alatmore is a 7-mana 5/4 that summons you 1 either Huffer, Lishon. It basically summons you Animal Companion. They just got different names. This is the Huffer, this is the Leerock, and this is the Misha. It's gonna summon you 1. If you get Huffer, you're gonna be happy. If you can get 4 minions to die while this is in your hand, and this is coming down on turn 7, might mean that you have the chance to get 4 minions to die before you cast this out. You get 2, and if you can have 8 things die, you get all 3. 8 was Call of the Wild. Call of the Wild by itself was an 8-mana card. Again, you get Huffer, you're going to be happy. You get Huffer and Leerock with having 4 things die, you're going to be happy. The worst situation is Misha every single time. It's just good. I mean, it's heavy cost and it's late game, but it's a good throw on late game. Animal Companion was 3 mana by itself. To get Animal Companion, this is an Animal Companion, and then a second Animal Companion, and then a third Animal Companion. So you're paying 1 more for each Animal Companion that you're throwing on this beyond the first one. And it all gets bundled together. So this card is scary. The only problem, again, is it's 7. And you gotta hope that you get the Huffer. You're hoping to get this one if you can't have the Infuse go through. And getting 8 things die by turn 7 is a little bit of a challenge. You're going to have to play a board-centric deck that does a swarm deck, and I'm not sure Hunter has that right now. And then the number 1 card for us, for Hunter, in my opinion, is going to be the Stag Charge. The Stag Charge is a 3-mana Hunter spell that says deal 3 damage, summon a random Dormant Wild Seed. The reason that I have this being the number 1 card is because, with me saying everything about being board-centric, there's still the Dwarven District out there. The Dwarven District is still a ridiculous quest to complete. This card fits so well into Defend the Dwarven District. It's deal 3 to face. And that's just what Hunter is looking for in Defend the Dwarven District. Anything that does direct damage they're looking for. 3, I think, is a slot that they're having problems filling. All the wild seeds are good. If you roll high, you're going to get the Stag off of this. The Stag in 3 turns is going to give you the bow. So that's 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 damage off this card alone. In Defend the Dwarven District Hunter, that's gonna basically be a game ender. If you see this come down on 3 and you see them get the Stag, you just know your clock is going to run out real quick. Alright, those are the 10 for Hunter. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, remember, play for fun.